Welcome back. My name is Dr. Carl Baird, and today we're talking shoulder pain. And in particular, what I'll be doing is taking you through a few tests you can do at home to determine if your shoulder pain is being caused by a mobility issue or more of a strength and stability issue. So this is the first thing you want to do and the first thing that we look at here in the clinic, because it's going to help dictate what exercises are going to be most beneficial for you, so you don't end up wasting your time or in some cases doing more harm than good with the exercises that you choose. So in some cases it's pretty obvious. So if you're somebody who's on the stiffer side, you're just rounded forward, shoulders like that, you feel stiffness in the mid-back, it's going to be pretty obvious that you should probably focus on mobility. On the other end of the spectrum, there's kind of the hypermobile people, the dancers, the yoga people, the people whose range of motion just has way too much range of motion. And so in that case, it's pretty obvious, but most of us are going to fall somewhere in the middle. So what I'm going to do is show you two of the tests that we use here in the clinic to help you figure out whether you should be focusing on mobility or strength and stability. So stay tuned. The first test that we're going to have you do is called the wall angel test. And so this is a test for mid-back or thoracic spine mobility, particular into that extension. And it's really easy to perform. All you need is a wall. So to start, you're just going to lean up against the wall so your feet can be out in front of you. And then you're going to want to touch 3 points, kind of like your pelvis, hips, your mid-back, and your head. Can you get these 3 points against the wall? Somebody who's super stiff, rounded forward, kind of head comes forward, even getting into that position might be difficult. But if you can do that, what you're going to do with those 3 points, next you're going to bring your elbows, seeing if you can get both elbows against the wall. Again, somebody who's really stiff, sometimes it's difficult. If you can do that, next step, can you bring your fingers against the wall? And again, if you're good there, the next step is flattening the wrists, keeping your fingers touching. So it's elbows, wrists, fingers touching the wall. And so what we're looking for is if you're able to get in that position without really arching your low back. If that felt really difficult for you, it's a sign that you might be lacking some mid-back extension that again can put some pressure on the structures of the shoulder. If that was easy for you, it might mean that you have, again, healthy shoulders, good range of motion, or you might be falling into the hypermobile section of shoulder pain, in which case we will move on to the next test. The next test that we're going to do is going to measure mid-back mobility again, but this time it's going to be into rotation. So to perform this test, we're going to need a few things. There's going to be an app on your phone, and then this one you are going to need a friend or a partner to come help you get this measurement. So the app is just going to be a basic level app. So this is what it looks like. It comes standard on all the iPhones. If you go to the Measure app and then just switch it to level. If you have an Android, I've never used one, but I'm sure you can just find a level app that does something similar to this. From there, what we're going to do is get you into the right position. So I like to use this table, but you can also do it on the ground as well. So you're going to start on your hands and knees, and then you're just going to sink your hips back as close to your heels as you can get. From there, you're going to put one elbow between your knees. That's really going to round you forward and lock that lower back out. From there, you're going to put your hand on your back. Next, you're going to have your friend place that phone long edgewise flat on your back so that you can see the screen like that. And when you're at 0, you get that little green measurement there. And then from there, she's going to hold it flat while I twist open, going as far as I can, and just record the number that you get to at the end. And then you're going to switch sides and do it the other way. There's a few ways to interpret this test. In general, the number that we're trying to get to when you rotate open like that is 50. If you can get to 50, that's generally healthy. Now, a couple things that you look for. One, can you get to 50? If you can't, when you twist open to one side, get to 50, it's a sign that there's probably a stiffness issue there, and we need to work on mobility specifically into that rotation. Now, a lot of times what you find is you might be able to get to 50 on one side, but turning to the other side is a lot stiffer. And so in that case, again, it suggests there's an imbalance, and that's something that you're going to want to work on to improve shoulder health. Now, the other thing that I can see happen a lot, and this is in the people that are hypermobile, hyperflexible, is they just go off the charts. So again, you want to be somewhere around 50 is considered good mobility, but people that are really, really flexible, they just open up, and a lot of times this thing doesn't even like capture it. It kind of goes off the rails a little bit into the 70 and 80 range. And what that might suggest is that if you're having shoulder pain, a lot of thoracic mobility, that there might be a strength and stability issue that you need to focus on to improve overall shoulder health. So there you have it. Those are the two tests that we use to help determine if your shoulder pain is being caused by a mobility issue or a strength and stability issue, so that we can start directing you on the right path and what you need to be doing to solve your shoulder pain at home. So a few things to keep in mind. Remember, your shoulder movement is directly linked to that mid-back movement, which is why we like to measure these things. If you're too stiff, it's going to limit your shoulder movement, which is going to put stress on the shoulder. If you're too flexible and you don't have very much control over your shoulder movement, that's going to lead to more irritations on the shoulder as well. And so that's why it's really important that we do these two tests so we can help figure out what's going to be best for you. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I really hope this video has helped you. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, it's Dr. Baird here. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page to catch all our videos designed to help you build the strength and confidence to live active, healthy, and happy lives. You won't find it anywhere else.